WGT is the house of magic.
For anyone who says they don't believe in magic, hello?
You're the only one that makes me believe that magic can be possible.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh?
one of the best magic duo in the entire Europe. For the first time in the USA, please welcome the Demented Brothers.
Hello. Welcome.
Sorry, we do not talk, but we will be glad to give you answers only after you can ask the question according to the answer.
Okay, well, let's start with your name, please.
We are the Demented Brothers.
And where are you from?
We are going to do magic.
Okay, what would it mean to you to win? What would you do with $1 million?
Yes.
Okay, what's your ultimate dream? This is really important, this question.
Thank you for your questions. Now it's showtime. You will love it, Simon.
Okay.
It's not?
It didn't work.
I'm so confused.
When I first walked into America's Got Talent, I thought, wow, I know how big the show is, and I was excited just to even be on that stage.
I knew I was getting older, by the way, when I started rooting against the kids in scary movies. Now I'm like, your mom and dad told you not to leave the house.
3 S's, Ty. Well done.
3 S's.
For years, I've been dreaming about this, dreaming about being an entertainer, and now things have come a long way. From being in the military and being a pharmacy tech at a hospital. It's been a long journey.
I'm so proud of you, Daddy.
My kids have been the center of everything that I do. I'm not perfect, but I've always tried to be a great dad. Hopefully, me being on this stage inspires them in whatever they choose to do with their life. for this next performance. The jokes I've been writing haven't been time tested, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely nervous. It's just a lot of competition. Singers, sword swallowers, and all of this type of stuff. I'm like, man, I just got jokes, bro. I don't do any of the extra stuff. But I feel blessed to have another opportunity to show the judges. I want to be able to continue to do this. Making it to the live shows, that would be amazing. I'm gonna do my best to make it happen.
Thank you so much for tuning in to my garage show. I am excited to be telling jokes again in front of people. I am a dad. I have 2 daughters. Yes. Same mom. Yeah, look at that. That was a weird reaction. It's like, I got kids, so same mom. Are you serious? You better take a picture of him. He's like a black unicorn. I got kids, and here's the thing, by the way, nothing makes you want to stay in shape more than having kids. Because kids have no filter. They just say what they see. My daughter saw me changing my shirt one day. She was like, Daddy, are you full? Yeah, exactly. You ever have a moment where you had to think before you spoke? That was one. Because honestly, when she first said it, my first thought was, did this heifer just call me fat? My oldest, when she was 17, we suggested a part-time job. Said fast food. I worked in fast food. My 17-year-old said, that's beneath me. Beneath you? I was like, were you secretly the CEO of a company? And this is just a hard transition for you? I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense. My kids don't have a concept of money. My youngest asked for some Jordans. Now, let me tell you something. I'm from Chicago and haven't had a pair of Jordans since 1990. And they were $100. But I said, it's my baby, I'm gonna get her some Jordans. $740.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, special edition. And it was at that moment I realized that my kid is not that special. I was like, not $740 special. So I'm trying to teach my kids the value of money. So I'm trying to find an electrician who will wire the house to where only the stuff in their rooms don't work. You know, the lights out. Not down here in Paybillville. Everything working. Thanks a lot, you guys. Ty Barnett, I appreciate you.
I think that you are very funny. On top of being funny, you're a very likable person.
Oh my God. Yeah. To be able to deliver what you delivered, people don't realize how hard it is.
Because you need the vibe of the people.
You need the vibe of the people.
I was vibing all the way from here through that monitor. I was vibing to you.
I did have laughs. I like what you did, but I think I laughed more the first time on the other stage.
I agree. Look, your first routine was better in terms of material. I could tell you were nervous, but I like people who are nervous because it tells me that they care. The world needs cheering up right now, and I think that's what you just did for us. I am going to be fighting for you at the end because I think you really are better than even you know.
My life did change after AGT, but not in the way I thought it was going to change. I told my wife I didn't feel good. I had a fever, about 101. I just couldn't breathe anymore. My wife immediately called 911. I'm laying on the kitchen floor, gasping for air. She's screaming, my son's crying. The ambulance shows up, and he puts his hand on the window. And I walk over to it, I put my hand on it. And then they take me away. They roll me in the ICU. The doctor says, you got COVID. I said, I'm gonna make it, right? And she goes, we're gonna try our best. My biggest fear when I was in there, it wasn't dying. It was my kids not knowing how much I really loved them. So, fought hard. When I kissed my wife for the first time and I hugged my son and daughter, me and my wife looked at each other and she said, baby, you're here for a reason. You're here to make people laugh. You're here to make people come together. And that's why I want to be on the biggest stage with the best talent in the world to show people that a comedian can win this thing.
Well, I have some good news. Me and my wife, we just had a baby. Yeah, it's beautiful, it's beautiful. But as a man, I did learn two things in the delivery room. The first thing I learned is how much stronger women are than men. That's right, I could never give birth to a baby. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't. That's right, because you can do things that we just can't do. That's right, we're not strong enough to deliver a baby, you know? The second thing I learned, Howie and Simon, is how useless men are in the delivery room. Oh yeah, that's right. Let me break it down for you. My wife is giving birth to an 8-pound baby boy, and I'm standing next to her going, push, push. Like, what's she gonna do, suck the baby back in? I'm so mad at myself for being useless. Finally, my son comes out. We name him Oliver after my dad. He's crying, he's crying. They put him on my wife's chest. And for the first time that whole night, I was like, I can do something, I can help out. So I take this finger and put it by my baby's hand. And he grabs my finger and stops crying. Then I start crying. Ah! This is what love is. Now, every father watching, you know what I'm about to say is true. As soon as my son touched my finger, I knew I would die for him. I don't even know this dude, but I would die for my son. The first time I see him, the first time I touch him, I would die for my son. Isn't that crazy we do that, fellas? Yeah. That's right. Because we wouldn't do that for our wives.
What?
Oh, I'm feeling the heat from the women. Hey, hang on, let me explain. Ladies, hang on. Look, ladies, the first time we see you or touch you is usually on the first date. No dude in this world is dying for you on the first date. Now, let me make you feel better about the situation. If you're on a first date and a dude looks at you and goes, I would die for you, you better run. Because that dude's about to kill you. But I would die for my wife now, 100%. It took a couple years, but we got there. That's right. If a car jumped the curb and was headed her way, I would push out of the way and take the hit myself. That's how much I love her. Because we've all dated people we wouldn't die for, right? That same car jumps the curb, you're like, shh, I guess it was their time. The Lord works in mysterious ways. All right, guys, thank you so much.
When the lockdown happened, I made the decision to leave New York and go home and quarantine with my parents at my childhood home in Plano, Texas. Honestly, day one was nice. Seeing my mom every day, I haven't done that in years.
Osha! Get up, it's already 7:30 a.m.
But by day 3, I'm like, I'm gonna take my chances with the COVID.
Usama, what's life been like since your audition?
Yeah, I mean, it was such a crazy experience. The AGT changed my life. Changed your life? You still live here? Mom, busy? You could have changed your life when you could have become a doctor. That was 6-7 years ago, Mom. I'm a comedian now. 2 minutes of stand-up. I can do too. Oh, look at me. I don't care about my parents.
Being forced to quarantine with your parents in a pandemic, I mean, it's got its pros.
Who is this? Hello?
But it's mostly cons.
And that's when I said, get out! Thank you guys. What'd you think? No. Yeah, okay. Yeah, girl, I mean, in pandemic right now, we can't do anything, but maybe after things go back up, we can get a little crazy. There's so many underpants you haven't cleaned yet. Mom, Amu, I'm on a date right now. Date? What's her name? Hold on, don't you dare move. Give me a phone. Amu, this is big. Is she a doctor?
You know, all jokes aside, my parents aren't here right now, but my mom calls me 9 times a day, and so I feel that love.
Hey, no, I will not be quiet. You be quiet.
They understand, like, how big this is.
Papa.
You need people in your corner, and who better than the people who raised you?
Oh, he's famous now, so you think you can just come in here and ruin his life? Not on my watch.
Love you, Mom. For reals.
Good to see you, judges. Long time no see. Just want to let y'all remind you that my name is still Usama and still get into situations for the name. A couple weeks ago, I was at JFK Airport, and a friend I had not seen in years sees me from across the airport, and he screams my name in the airport. Straight up, just like, oh my God, it's Usama! Is there a worse thing you can scream in an airport, right? Then he makes it worse. He's like, oh my God, I thought you were dead! Dude, I haven't seen you since September. Bro, where have you been hiding? I'm freaking out. Every TSA officer looking at me with that face that says Guantanamo Bay, right? So I'm like, okay, let me diffuse situation. Let me show my friend I recognize him. So I gave my friend one of these. But Howie, this looks less like an I know you and more like the plan is a go. Right? He was like, Osama. I was like, commence operation. I get to the gate, but now I'm late to my flight, so I'm running in the airport, right? But Heidi, I'm running with a massive jacket and a huge backpack. Y'all realize how bad a brown dude looks running in an airport with a huge backpack? I looked like a suicide bomber who overslept. Right? Just like, oh, first day on the job. And also last day on the job. But I got to Miami with my friends. We're gonna go clubbing. My friends hate clubbing. They hate club music. They're like, yo, club music sucks. And club music does kind of suck, but it's also like the most fun music of all time, right? Like club music is so fun. The DJ could say anything he wants in the beat. As long as he adds a beat drop, it makes it all okay, right? Beat could be like, women shouldn't vote. What? Get back to the kitchen, go, what? Beats are too fun. When that beat drops, so does feminism. Some of y'all skeptical, I'll prove it right now. Heidi, if I called you a tramp, you'd be like, how dare you, right? But if I was like, tramp, 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 you'd be like, well, I do get loose on occasion.
I've actually been on the show before. You've been here?
When I auditioned in 2018, it was horrible.
Calm down, peasants, calm down!
This season, the judges got it. They celebrated what I was doing.
Simon, how are you a vegan and that's the least annoying thing about you?
Even though I am pointing out people's flaws,
I don't know why I like you. You're such a
roasting is all in fun. The less seriously we take ourselves, the happier we can become.
Congratulations.
I'm ecstatic about still being here. The fact that I get to do this during a pandemic, it's everything to me right now. However, I haven't performed on a stage in 5 months.
Morning, Robbie!
If I don't have an audience, I have to practice.
Little League call. They normally don't cut, but it's a no.
Whatever's in my apartment is suddenly roastable.
You're plant-based, and you do not look healthy. You know, guys, if my job was as crappy as yours, I'd throw myself in the garbage.
I've definitely formed a closer relationship with things that I probably shouldn't have.
You feel like an old man cooling down soup.
I don't know if that came out right.
You call that a burn?
America's Got Talent is the biggest competition show in the world. I understand that what I do is somewhat controversial, but I will not stop until I am standing on that stage holding a check for $1 million.
Good evening, kings and queens. It's been a challenging year. So instead of roasting, I thought I'd read you all a bedtime story. It's called As the World Burns. It was season 15, and across every border, not a creature was stirring due to stay-at-home orders. One furry lobster was especially sad. Without having an audience, how would the peasants get mad? Then he remembered his very special book, the one with all his jokes. Let's take a look. Terry Crews. He acts, he paints, he plays the flute, and much more. It makes me wonder what he's compensating for. Now that Regis is dead, you're my second favorite host. Tyra, if you're watching, I still love you the most. Wow.
Terry, you're so happy. You're so full of life. You used to be old. Now you're ancient spice. Howie. The first time I was here, you thought I was mean. Really, I was just honored to meet Mr. Clean.
Howie hates germs. They cause him much strife. He wrote a book called Don't Touch Me, co-authored by his wife. A 40-year career, that really takes drive when you look like a turtle who's been burned alive. Heidi, you're a wonderful mother. It's easy to see. At least that's what your 6 nannies were paid to tell me.
I have 8.
You're direct from the heavens. You make angels sing. You used to fly among them until they clipped your wings. Now you're married for a 3rd time. Isn't that sweet? You could have more rings than Tom Brady if you learn how to cheat. Sofia Vergara, how lovely you are. I don't know what's more supportive, your family or your bra. It takes you hours to get ready, so I'm not trying to be mean, but who did your makeup? A drunk drag queen? When Hollywood kicks you out, don't let it get you down. You'll always have work as a rodeo clown.
Oh, man.
And finally, Simon, this one's for you, Dad. May your recovery be as speedy as that electric bike you had no business riding. Simon, you have a young son. Wow, your life took a turn. When he graduates, you'll be front row in a beautiful urn. Now put on some deodorant. I don't want you to smell. You and I will get sweaty as we fry together in hell. We only roast the ones we love, so trust me when I say, all of you are icons. You inspire me every day. But I've returned to AGT so I can burn it to the ground. So vote for me, America. I've got something even better next round. The end.
All right, if you'd like to subscribe and see more, click below. Now,